There's another gentleman who owns several companies that I interviewed by the name of Jeff Larone. And he said to me just yesterday, we were talking, and he was talking about why network marketing doesn't work. And I know this sounds off topic, but bear with me. He's talking about why network marketing often fails, right? It doesn't work for most people. And it's because he said that people, once someone else is going to be successful off of your work, even if you're making more, if you're selling $10 and the person above you is getting two, they don't want to do it. People would rather fail than see someone else successful, right? That's most people. A lot of entrepreneurs are different. Entrepreneurs understand it's like, wait a second, if I can get this guy to make some money, then I can make money. So successful entrepreneurs tend to be very different. And it's an interesting thing. Like people will literally blow up their lives and their own opportunities to prevent someone else from succeeding because network marketing works. You just have to trust the process. And then he says to me, he says something else to me that never occurred to me before. He's like, everything you do is network marketing. If you're working in a restaurant and you're working the cash register, and then you get promoted, now you're above the cash register. Well, you can't make any money unless the cash register is making money and that person running the cash register is making money. It's a different perception of the same thing. And then you get promoted to manager, and then maybe you own the thing, and maybe you sell it or you have a franchise. It's still, you call it a pyramid scheme, whatever you want. It's still a form of network marketing. Like someone below you is making money and you're getting a piece of it. And so that's how life is everywhere you go. And so, but if people somehow realize, oh, I got it figured out, you're going to make $2 off of me? No way. I'm not gonna let you do that. And they'll blow up their own chance of being a millionaire just to prevent someone else from making $2.
And I think that that's where a lot of people, like, if you don't have collaborations and you don't build relationships with people, whether that you're never going to go anywhere. There's a lot of truth behind your network is your net worth. Like there's always going to be somebody who's better than you. There's always going to be somebody who has more than you. There's always going to be somebody. And if you're constantly trying to bring them down to your level or below you, you're never going to make it in life. But the thing is those people that are doing that, like we were talking about earlier, it's because it's a reflection of everything that they're not willing to do to get to where that person is. And instead of busting their ass, learning from that person, immersing themselves in their culture, seeing what they can learn from them, and maybe even possibly even do a little bit better because everybody does things a little bit differently in a little bit of a different way. You know what I mean? Get the ideas, learn from these people and grow yourself. You're never going to make it anywhere. You're never going to be here. And the thing about it is that person that's here's already learned that it's okay. You know what I mean? Like you said, that you're built different when you get to that level of success because you realize the importance of those relationships. Every person below you, what is that saying? You are only as good as your worst employee. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot of truth to that. If you don't treat your janitor the same way that you treat your executives as far as respect and that level, you never know what can happen with that individual. And for me, like everybody is you, if you are a human being, you are a human being. I don't care. My husband always says that he never could understand and always valued something about me is like I'm the person that will sit down on a street in the middle of nowhere with a homeless person and have a conversation with them. Not necessarily, like if I have something, I have something, but if I don't, but I have the same compassion and empathy as that person as I would for somebody who's making millions and millions of dollars. You know what I mean? People aren't any different. And I also know what it's like to come from nothing and to have nothing and to be hungry. And I think that's where some of this stuff comes from. You learn, you grow, you evolve. And the more that you put yourself around people who are doing better than you, that think and have the solutions, so already see the thing that they don't realize if they've been where you are. They were where you are. They made the sacrifices, the decisions to bust their ass to get to where these people are. They learned from people who were above them. All of us start down here and we have to work to get here, but you're never going to get here if you continuously put yourself around here where you're the smartest person in the room. If you're here and you're saying, oh, well, you made a mistake because you're higher up and you should know better. No, 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 no. You should say, you know what? Thank you for teaching me that lesson. Now I know better for when I grow. Thank you for you going through that hard time and sharing it with me. I mean, so it just absolutely blows my mind when people want to tear other people down because they do things differently, because they made a mistake, because they're not living up to your expectations. When somebody triggers something inside of me and I'm like, I don't like this person, for one, I trust my intuition immediately. But for two, I ask myself, why? What is it about this person that is something that it's a reflection of something that I need to work on within myself. So when I come up to somebody and I'm like, oh, I don't know about that person. Well, what is it about that person that I don't like? Because that's definitely a reflection of something within me that is triggering me in some way, whether something I need to work on within myself. Maybe it's a memory of something that's happened in the past. But instead of looking at that person, is that I go inward and say, what is it about me? Where do I need to grow that this person is this insecurity, this whatever it may be? Because really, at the end of the day, when you can see people where they are and then see how you're responding to them, then that's really where all the power is in your growth, in your business, in every single way.
I think you're right. And I guess the one thing that I would like to add to all of that is the most successful entrepreneurs I've ever met raise everybody around them. They don't pull them down. They don't knock them down. They don't push them down. And that's not to say that the people that work for them or they work with don't make mistakes, but they handle it in a graceful way, right? Where they make it work. And I only hope that I can grow to be that level of entrepreneur because it takes time. But yeah, this whole thing about pulling people down, man, don't get me started.